She plays Bernadette Romero in the new show called Penny Dreadful City of Angels, but she has been in Supergirl, NCIS, Blackish. She is a hardworking actress, and now this role is really interesting. Welcome, Stephanie Arcila. Nice to have you with us.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
You are, yeah, I said hardworking. You're a very busy lady. You've been getting all kinds of roles. This is exciting stuff.
Yes, I have been very blessed and lucky and worked very hard as well. Everybody who's in the industry knows we get a billion no's before we get a yes.
Absolutely. But look, but your dad, he's a producer, right, in the industry, probably told you you were going to get a lot of no's. Why would you want to do this?
Woo, he did not want me in the industry at all. And one day he just sat me down and he came home from work and he said, "Here you go." I'm like, "What is this?" He goes, "It's a monologue. I want to see you do it." And I was like, "Okay." And at first I was terrified, and then I thought about it and I'm like, what am I scared of? I've been trying to convince him that this is really what I want to do my whole life, and he hasn't he hasn't understood it. So this is my chance. So I did. And my dad is a goofball, but when he's at work, he's very serious. And
I could relate.
Yes, I think we all can, but nobody expects it sometimes, so it's really funny to watch him at work and at home. But he was in work mode and he looked at me and was like, "You surprised me. That was really good, and this is all the good of the industry and this is all the bad of the industry. If you want to continue from now on, I 100% support you, and if you don't, I 100% support you as well."
And then your mom said, "Well, if you're going to be an actress, you got to leave Miami. You got to go to LA, right?"
Yeah. That was after a while of doing some Hispanic soap operas, and she just called me, and while I was about to sign a lease for an apartment, and said, instead of spending all that money, why don't you just move to LA? And 2 weeks later, I was here.
Oh my gosh, it's such a leap of faith, and you know, it doesn't work out for a lot of actors, but for you, it certainly has, because you have that certain something, and I see it in the, you know, in your work, because you have a great connection with the camera, you have a great connection with your character, and this one, Bernadette Romero in Penny Dreadful, this is a really interesting role, isn't it?
Yes, I love her. I get to, well, now everybody has seen, if you're up to date with the episodes, that
yeah.
Double life. So I've always wanted to do something like that. She's not, or we don't know, she's not in that Natalie's playing 4 different characters, which is insane. She's playing the same, Bernadette is the same character, but she just has a double life that nobody really knows about. So it's been a lot of fun to play with that, because you see her with her pompadour hair and walking all, you know, like, I don't know if I can curse on here, that's why. But yes,
strutting her stuff, yes.
Yes, strutting her stuff. And then you see, you know, her heart when she's with her daughter, and you see a whole different side of her. I love that contrast, you know, that fighter, that lioness that she has in her for her daughter.
I mean, to me, it's really a great piece, and it's on Showtime. We must tell everyone that who hasn't seen it that it's on Showtime, and it's terrific to watch. And it comes from you know, Penny Dreadful is something that's been around for a while, but this is like it gets into the grittiness of LA and back in history when the sort of the Mexican American movement was changing culturally. It's an interesting mix of characters, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that was one of my favorite things when I signed on to this project, the fact that we're also going to be able to educate our audience, you know, because there are many things also that I had no idea about. You know, the Zoot Suit riots that went on in Los Angeles, I had no idea until I had booked the show and started researching it, and, you know, everything they stood for. It was a statement. Their wardrobe was a statement. Everything was in I don't know if you could call it kind of like a rebelling, but they were just fighting for their rights, you know? So
they wanted to be heard. Yeah, they wanted to be heard. They really did. And so I wonder about, you know, because you grew up in Miami, and now, is your father Cuban, or is anybody Cuban in your family?
No, but I get that all the time.
Of course, so do I. And look, you know, my parents are from Mexico.
Yes, you could totally pass for Cuban as well.
Sí, ¿verdad? Porque puedo hablar como los cubanos si quiero.
Hey, qué hola. Yes, no, my father is from Colombia and my mother is from Peru.
Ah,
So,
okay.
yeah, you have a lot of, Miami's such a melting pot that you get a bunch of different mixes in there, Dominicans with Mexicans, everything.
So then you have to play pretty consistently Mexican-American roles, which is a culture much different than Peruvian, much different than Colombians, but it's got to be fun for you.
It is. It's very different, but the essence of our community is always, very similar. Our values with our family, our upbringings, our food, our culture, and I also, even though my mom's Peruvian and my dad's Colombian, almost all their friends in Miami were Mexican. So I grew up eating a bunch of Mexican food and kind of learning a lot of the culture, and I love it. I have a friend that lives in LA, and we've been quarantining. We've been quarantine buddies, and her dad sends her frozen meals from Texas. And oh my goodness, we have like chicharrón en salsa verde, we have like cordero en salsa de vino, all these delicious Mexican dishes. So I've been eating a lot of it this whole quarantine.
Oh yeah, we got to watch out because menudo is not too far from me. So it's like I have to have my menudo and my tortillas. Listen, I so appreciate getting to know you, and congratulations on the great success that you're having, and we're gonna be seeing a lot more of Stephanie Arcila in many things. Instagram handle is what?
It's Steph, Steph Arcila, my last name. So Steph Arcila.
Well, we're so very proud of you and the things that you're accomplishing, and congratulations to you. And we'll look for you on Showtime, and I'm sure you have a super secret project coming up, right?
Yeah, I was supposed to fly out before quarantine, but we got postponed. So I think things are going to start moving along soon. So as soon as I can talk to you about it, I will.
Okay, well, órale. Entonces, hasta pronto, hasta la próxima, until we meet again. Stephanie Arcila, thanks so much for being with us. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Virtual hugs.
Un abrazo fuerte.
Un abrazo. Ciao.
Ciao.